Bam. All right. Good morning, y'all. What it do, y'all? Man, I'm about to work on some stuff today. Yesterday I came out, I'll show y'all what I did real quick. And today, what I'm about to do is work on checking to see how many watts I get from these solar panels over here. They have been neglected. I brought my lawnmower. I'm gonna work on that today. Before we get started, man, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been rocking with us. Hey, do me a favor, go subscribe, y'all. Go hit the button, comment, we respond. If you watching, been watching, haven't been watching, whatever the case, go like the video, tell all your friends. In order to connect those panels to see what they're working with, I think I'm gonna do something fun, y'all. And I'm gonna unhook this and use it. Yeah, we finna go mobile. Vatcher sent us a battery. I'm fixing to use this battery to check the solar panels over there. Downside to these batteries, it's just rack mount batteries, it's just how heavy they are. Use my knees. Bam. All right. Let me get this out the way. Yo, it come packed nice too. And I don't think I'm gonna use the cables that came with it. I'm actually gonna use the cables on the inverter. So if the inverter need to be on there, let's stick a board on there for that too. We're gonna use the EG4 to see what's what. So all I need to do is disconnect this other battery that I use in here. All right, we can just take this whole thing as is since it ain't set up in here yet. That's my Vatcher 100 amp hour rack mount battery, and it is a 48 volt. This is my EG4 with my surge protector connected, and we're gonna test it out. It's gonna help me get power over there and show me what those solar panels are bringing in. Man, that thing is in direct sun. I wish the wind hadn't taken my pop-up. All right, y'all. First, let me go get the lawnmower so we can clean up around that thing, man. It looks horrible. All right. Got my trusty saw blade on the end of the implement so I could cut the thick stuff down. Real quick, since I don't have shade, I'm gonna pull this around and park it behind the powerhouse so that this stuff ain't sitting directly in the sun. Come on. Let me mow some of this and get it out the way so I can see. I don't have a broom. I don't have a brush. I don't have nothing with me to get this grass off of here. Yo, I got my blower. All right. Unfortunately, we don't really have clouds in the sky. So while it's still a breeze and it's pretty cool, it looks like the sun finally caught up to my battery and my inverter. But I got to do a few things with the PV wires to connect it safely to my inverter. So rather than doing it in the sun, I'm going to pull this back over to the shipping container, connect the wires, and then work smarter, not harder. What I need to do really fast is connect PV, or set up a connection to be able to connect PV. Couple of screws. Get that off. And then I'm gonna connect my PV in. This is a breaker that goes between the PV and the inverter. I have my PV wire that connects to the panels, so that can stay there. And then what I'm gonna do is just to connect this to this, I am just gonna snip these off. So that's the positive, that's the negative. All right, so okay, we're all hooked up. We got the PV switch on there. We got the extension cable that I made before, that spider, that I made before to connect the panels. Pop that up. I'm gonna put the little protector back on, which is handy. And real quick, while we over here in the shade, I'll do the battery test. I'll grab something to turn on, maybe a trusty fan, as we always do. And like I said before, y'all, everything's off. The unit's off, this is off. The surge protector back there is the only thing that I could plug anything into with the system that we currently have. So, well, it said it was 100%. So now I'm gonna turn the battery on. Screen on. Let me give y'all a closer look so you can see it's at 100%. So I need to figure out a way to knock some of that down, and what I'll do is I'll, since it's connected to the inverter and I turn the breaker on, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the inverter on. All right, and it is on and booting up. This doesn't have communication ports, so there's no reason. It's just a basic battery, no extras needed. If you want to buy a bunch of them, connect them, you can. They don't need to talk to each other. They all have their individual screens, and you can see right there that it's currently using 1.5 or negative 0.1.5 amps. So you could see that it's being used to power this up right now. So we're good to go there. But let's still plug something in so we can drain this battery a little bit. Let me see what I got. Of course, we got a trusty fan. We always got a fan, right? But I think I got my heat gun in the car. All right, let's see. So of course that works. So you can see the current, y'all, right there on the screen. See how close I can get. So you can see how many amps it's pulling, and it is touchscreen, so you could see the temperature. You can turn it on and off from here, as well as the app. And then page 3, that shows you all the cells in there. So I mean, it gives you all you need right there. Has its own breaker, simple battery. But let me drain it, because I'm tired of seeing that 100 on there. So let me grab something that'll drain it. I got a Warrior. Man, this thing is 1500 watts, so it should pull some serious power. And I'm gonna turn her on. So I'm gonna turn this battery's Bluetooth on. There we go. And now that it's on, I should be able to go to the dashboard. All right, and I could see that it's at 98%. So both what's on the screen and what's in the app is working. Y'all, this thing right now is saying that you see the total volt, the current, and then the power. It's pulling 1700, between 1700 and it's bouncing back and forth watts. So we'll say about 1700 watts right now with this thing rolling and the fan roll. I'm gonna turn the fan up too. All right, so the wattage should jump a little bit. Yeah, it jumped a little bit. It ain't gonna jump that much. It's just a fan. All right, I'm gonna get it down to like 97%. And then I'm gonna turn the thing off because this is hot. And now that we're at 97, I will go ahead and turn that thing off and it should drop tremendously. So yeah, now all that's running is the fan and it's pulling 216 watts. We'll drive over to the solar panels and connect them and see what we're getting. All right, so here we go. Brought the mobile station out. We hooked up out here. Y'all already saw us hooked up before, but what we're about to do is get all of them connected and then run into the positive and negative as it's supposed to be, and let's see what this thing does, y'all. There's my positive. So we're gonna connect these ends. And then we're gonna take our black, run her down. So with that connection made, we'll see if we're bringing in any solar when we turn this bad boy on. Boom. All right, that's saying we getting a connection. All right, so currently the app is showing that we are getting 13 amps. It's 53.5 volt. It's running in. We are getting 690 watts from the 1200 watts that we have, and the panels are dirty, they're gross. Man, this was wild. What I needed to see, y'all, was that these panels were going to be able to perform and give me the total volts that I needed to even run into inverter and then also charge the battery. You can see everything else is working fine with the battery, but it is currently charging the battery. You can kind of see it on there. And go to the next screen. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Everything is looking good, and we out here in the sun with it. So check it out, y'all. The battery is gonna work. All the systems that I connect in the powerhouse is gonna work. Man, I should be able to get 70% of what this can produce, but y'all, thing is so dirty. I mean, they're so dirty, it's ridiculous. So it worked out. I hooked them up in series. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels, and I think these panels, y'all, are, I forget what they are, but it's I believe it's 1200. So running this app real quick. Oh, look, it gave me 8, y'all, 850. So I don't know what's going on. I just got a nice 850 off these mugs, but like I said, if they were washed down, everything was good, we'll be good. Look, if this thing was sitting up in a and it's hot too, if it was sitting up in a cabin or in a rack mount for just what we are going to use it for, in a solar powerhouse to power a shed for the cattle, to power a shipping container, man, this thing is all you need. I'm probably going to get a few more of these because, as y'all know, we'll have a compound out here and power is very important. So yeah, look, I'll throw the link to this. I'm really trying to see how many watts this thing is gonna get up to for real. Look at that, that's 835. Come on now, was there a cloud or something? Anyway, Yeah, so it's a basic setup. It's pretty simple to set up. Y'all can see it's out here in the sun and it ain't like dying. The temperature is hot on it right now. It's 104 on the box of that thing. So let me get it out the sun, but everything seems to work just fine. I don't have any problems with it, y'all. Look, people over at Vatcher, another one. Salute y'all. Appreciate y'all. Homestead Homies, you know. T3 Tribe, we appreciate y'all. Seriously, liking the video is all we really need. It'll help the algorithm. It'll help more people see whatever this is that we're offering. Help or whatever you want to call it. But no doubt, we thank y'all. Go hit the button. Peace.